If you didn't see former President Donald Trump, they attempted to assassinate him. I don't know who they is. We'll find out in this conversation. But
it's coming out, though.
There's been a lot of conspiracy theories that have popped up since, like, almost immediately after it happened. And Ryan has one. So yes. So we're gonna hear from Ryan after we hear from Miss Candace. All right, here we go.
You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Let me say something right now. Take this to the bank, okay? That person was allowed to scale that roof, okay? I am not some individual who's trying to assess the situation and have never been around the President of the United States. While Trump was in office, okay, was around him a lot. And let me tell you something. The Secret Service, there is no person that can get around the perimeter of the Secret Service where Donald Trump is without them being aware of it. So you're telling me that guy walked up and was trying to get the attention, and the Secret Service saw him, and he's pointing, and he's saying, this guy's got a gun, this guy's got a gun, and they're pretending they don't know what's going on? I mean, am I crazy? Do you guys actually believe this was a failure in intelligence? All of these Secret Service agents crawling around, and you don't think just what that guy said, that is common sense, okay? They're trying to now tell us that common sense is a conspiracy. That is the new thing that they're trying to tell the public. Common sense.
All right, so
she came in hot, didn't she?
You would have thought she was a Democrat the way she came in.
Well, that's what's interesting. Why would you say that? Why do you say Democrat?
She is pro-Trump. Like, in recent interviews, she's like, Trump is the obvious choice to vote for. Yeah. So it's interesting that she thinks this was a setup.
Well, that it was planned. I think people are assuming that what she's saying is that Trump planned it. She's not. Oh. She's saying that either the government or some higher up planned it.
Yeah,
that's what she's saying. She's saying the Secret Service did not act the way they normally act. The government is responsible. They think that's what she's saying.
Got it.
And what do you think about that?
So my thing is this, right? I've been doing a lot of research on, these shootings, these assassination attempts, and there's always been a bigger player in it, right? When it comes to the JFK assassination, when it came to the MLK assassination, like, it just doesn't seem like this was a bunch of people just bumping into each other. You know what I mean? Like, this just didn't sound like law enforcement was just bumping into each other, not knowing what was going on. Like, this has to be planned. This has to be strategic. When they come together, local police, state police, FBI, Homeland Security, Secret Service, they have a meeting. There are directors of each one of these departments having these conversations. There's not just send your local deputy out to police the area. No, this is the former president of the United States, the soon-to-be president, or the now president, nominee or whatever, presidential nominee. It's too easy. It was too easy for him. That doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Now, I'm not saying I know what's going on, and I'm not speculating what I think is going on. I'm just saying it wasn't a 20-year-old that just climbed up a building.
I never thought I would see the day. I never thought I would see the day when Ryan will become a Republican. I never thought. It has finally happened.
Nobody said that. Chat, back me up.
Because your conspiracy is the Republican conspiracy.
No. My conspiracy is about Donald Trump being so polarizing that somebody's taking shots at him.
Yeah, but that's the kid with the gun.
Yeah.
That is not just the kid with the gun.
So who is it then?
It's somebody.
Who?
It's somebody. I mean, here's the thing. He's putting too much out there that he's going to scare people, right? You're scaring people on the higher level and the lower level.
Why does it have to be all that? Why can't it be the kid that actually shot the gun?
Because it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It's just too much information out there for this to make sense. It just doesn't. Chat, back me up.
Okay. To his point, if we're not looking at Democrat or Republican, we're just looking at the facts of how things operate and the processes that go into how it operates.
Yes.
When the meetings that he's referencing, they not only just meet, they have the landscape, the blueprints. They have all the buildings. They have all the streets. They already are looking at the possibility if there were a sniper or if there were any kind of weak holes or any possibilities of what angles that could shoot at the president, then that is covered. So all of a sudden, this particular building somehow was a blind spot. When that's the main thing they look for. They don't look for the obvious. They look for the unobvious, the thing, the least likely. Yeah. So when you have that much detail, I mean, if Obama made it alive as a black president,
that's real. I just knew. I was
how in the world did that got missed? And then so it's not so much what parties are involved. It's what happened to the process that is so meticulous within a 50-mile radius, even including the air, that became a blind spot, a weak point for that to even happen.
So let's get to it. Then what are you guys saying? Because here's the here's the Democrat conspiracy. Donald Trump set this up to make himself look better, to get sympathy.
That don't make sense.
Here's the Republican conspiracy. It was an inside job. The government's trying to get Donald Trump out of here. What are you saying it is?
It doesn't necessarily have to be the government, though.
The Illuminati.
No, it didn't even have to be that. It could just be somebody higher up with self-interest and money.
Who's higher up than the president?
No. I'm saying
talking about
the current president.
George Soros.
I'm saying somebody higher up in the echelon of money and power. Like it didn't
Joe
have to be
Biden that bad as a candidate that they like.
Nobody even assumes it's him.
Right.
Is Joe Biden that bad of a candidate that they like? Yo, we gotta get Trump up out of here this way. He can't. I think the writing's on the wall, bro. I think the writing's on the wall that these people know that Trump is gonna win on November. Yeah. I think the writing's on the wall, and I think they like. And if we gonna say they, we don't know who they are, but they see it, and they could see it clear as day. And like, okay, we got because the rumor is at the Democratic National Convention coming soon, he's gonna step down. That's the rumor out here. Okay. That's the rumor with him saying, "Hey, I'm gonna step aside." That's the rumor. I don't know.
So are you in on this too? You think it was a setup?
I don't think it was a setup, but what she just said makes perfect sense. Like, anytime a former president is somewhere, they gonna make sure that place is clean to the T.
Y'all have
Not
way
only a
more
former president, Donald Trump.
Y'all have way more faith in people knowing how to do a job than I do. I don't.
Donald Trump needs more security than Fort Knox.
Did you see after the shooting how much trouble they had to get through a fence? Did you see that shot where they were trying to go over the fence and then under the fence they were trying to cut the fence? I don't trust anybody knows how to do their job that well.
What are you talking about?
Nobody. So if you didn't see it, you know what I'm talking about. When the building was behind the fence, they couldn't even get to the building. They looked like Keystone Cops trying to get to the building. I don't trust anybody knows how to do their job that well.
That building was a staging area for the CIA, for the Secret Service.
The Secret Service
all
was
of them
in the building.
Right.
The problem is the head of the Secret Service said the roof was too sloped, so they decided to go in the building instead of on top of the building. I think it's incompetence. Why can't it just be that?
Okay, no, because listen to this. If the Secret Service and all law enforcement are centrally located in that building, who's walking up with a rifle? Who?
But then they also
the ladder was on the side of the building. Who's walking up?
No, but to Sean's point,
he brought the ladder.
To Sean's point, they did. Some people from some Trump supporters did say we talked to them like, "Hey, y'all don't see that guy right there?"
They did.
And they just dusted off.
So your response to that information is set up. My response is stupid. Why can't it just be stupid?
Okay, because
that's the day and time we're in.
It was more than one account where people were like, that guy has a gun.
Yeah.
He's on the building, right?
And they were probably like, so does that guy over there. And so does that one. That guy has one too. Okay. It's a Republican. What are you talking about?
To Sean's point, yes, your point is just as valid. Because all the propaganda that goes into politics, they can either look incompetent or they can just be dismissive. And so it doesn't dismiss what you're thinking, but unfortunately, to Maya's point, it's a combination. It's just where we are as a society, and they can sell a bill of goods however they want to sell it and just put it out there and don't care.
I just think we've gotten to a place of such distrust that I watched people who would call QAnon people nuts say the most nuts thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
And then, so it's like nuts people arguing with nuts people back and forth. And I'm just like, why isn't just the actual answer not good enough anymore? Nobody trusts nothing.
Yep.
I mean,
There's
that's-
always something hiding in the bushes for everybody. How did we get to that point?
I mean, that started with biblical times. I mean,
There was
Jesus
conspiracy
clearly.
theories in the Bible.
No, I'm saying Jesus
Well-
clearly gave answers to the Pharisees and they dismissed it. Like,
Well-
You think they were doing conspiracy theories like that?
no, I'm saying like that. Those are the scales that are over our eyes. I mean, the Bible talks about that. So we're talking about this being a situation where nobody trusts the government at this point, right? We all have something we can look back and say, I don't trust that. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the shootings from Philando Castile. He's reaching for his wallet. You're like, you don't trust the police now. You don't trust
Yeah, but
anything.
there's a difference between not trusting, of course. Watching Philando Castile get shot makes you be like, man, this is a bad situation. But to then think the cop who shot him was a agent of George Soros and his plan was like, you're going, like, people are going way too past.
So, but
the
I
actual
guess my
fact.
question to you is, why do you think that's not far fetched when, like, you talk about President Kennedy getting killed and people saying that the government killed him, killed Martin Luther King,
But those are all conspiracies. Like, there's no
But it's
facts.
also
We're just guessing.
No, but
it's
what I'm
facts.
saying
The
is
ballistics
there
says
is-
there were 2 different bullets found on the scene.
But there's other theories about that. You are believing one of them. There are other theories.
What's the other theory?
There, you want to go to all the way back? Okay, fine. The other theory to
Yeah.
your answer
Yeah.
to JFK getting shot was that the security guard accidentally shot
It
his
doesn't
gun.
make sense.
Okay, but it's another theory.
The bullet would have been close range at that point.
It's
right?
another theory. All I'm saying is these are all theories. What I'm asking is, why have we gotten to the point where every single thing is a conspiracy? Why can't it just be?
Well, it's not a
what it is?
conspiracy. It's just an alternate way of thinking about it.
That's a conspiracy.
I know,
right?
but conspiracy makes it sound bad. We're just talking about an alternate way,
Makes it sound
right?
bad.
If I decide to come into this room and I go to my chair and I go all the way around and I come and sit down versus coming through the door and sitting down, it's just an alternate route.
No. A conspiracy is Ryan must be working for the government. Why would he go all the way around the table and sit down? There must be something weird going on here.
No,
This is a ritual.
And so then it would be.
That's what I'm talking
It
about.
would be if my chair wasn't here, maybe somebody put something over there for me to slip and fall.
But you know
see what I'm saying? It's just an alternate.
But you
thought.
know, when you say George Soros, that's a real person.
Yeah.
So, but I think the question goes, why would that not be true? You don't think?
all I'm saying is all of this could be true, but it's just the immediacy of the reaction towards the weirdest possible answer instead of the actual answer that's most likely a weird kid tried to shoot the president.
Majority
Why
of
can't
the
it be
chat
that?
in the poll says it was planned by the
I'm
government.
talking to them too. I'm talking to everybody. I'm confused. Why is everybody responding
because
to
it
such
doesn't make
conspiracy
sense.
thing?
And, okay, prime example. They did the background on the kid, and it's like the dumbest stuff is coming up about him that you like.
It's weird
This
stuff.
guy is
Bank
the one?
accounts overseas. There's he has no social media platform. I'm not saying all this stuff is impossible. I'm just saying why we skip over the natural answers for the conspiracy answers first.
Because it's not natural for Secret Service to get something like this
You
wrong.
think?
No.
I think it is very natural for them.
Their motto is "We don't fail."
Okay, I think they're lying. I think it is very easy.
Did you see that director?
I don't think it's as hard to do what that kid did as all y'all think. I think it's very easy. If somebody really wanted to, they could do it.
It's not. It's not that easy because
I'm telling you,
because
it can't be.
when if Joe Biden was in that situation, it would have been very bad because they're paid to just protect him, protect the surrounding. Like when okay, prime example, when they come into town and they fly into Dobbs. That is like they know what's at Dobbs all the way to where
Yes.
and that 30 like that radius.
That
So there's
50-mile
no way
radius.
that somebody could just
Y'all
do
have
the thing.
y'all have way more trust in security and all this stuff than I do. I do
No,
not
it's
trust
not
it.
trust. It's what they
It's
put
protocol.
out. Right.
Yeah.
They
I
trust
said,
that.
this is our protocol. This is what we do. And this is how thorough we are. Then if that's your protocol and that's how thorough you are and this is what you do, all of a sudden you have this obvious blind spot.
I think we're seeing how thorough they really are.
Now,
And that's
'cause
not
I'm
good.
like, yeah,
That's
I
not
was
a good
like, maybe
situation.
it's
That's what I'm saying.
deteriorated over the years. But
Yes.
I'm like, honestly, I did not. I was praying that he would, but I didn't think Obama was going to stay alive.
I
while he was
really
in
didn't.
office,
I
for
didn't.
real.
Yeah, for 2 terms,
So
no
yeah,
less.
so that's why I'm like, either it was good and it's deteriorated over the years, or it just this is.
I think we
inside.
put way too much trust in this stuff.